Happy Thursday. Bust down, Pantheonas. What's going on, folks? Head over here into the comment section. Happy Thursday. What up, Felix? Nova Dragon. What's going on, man? Lawrence. What's up? What's up? What's up? Let people climb in here. Hey, listen. We throwing out racial stereotypes tonight? Jesus. What if there was an emergency? You see, I'm here starting it off myself. What if there's an emergency? My God. What up, though? What up? How everybody doing? Man, hey, bundle up. So it's gonna be a crazy one coming here this weekend, man. I hope everybody got their stock. What up, Felix? Hope everybody is stocked up for this winter that's coming through here. What up, MoFly? Peace, guys. Salute to sinners. Online bigots are now rejoicing. Man, listen. Sinners is either going to be the biggest snub of all time or one of the biggest winners. So they have the most nominations all time. Tremendous accolade for Coogler and company over there. Got a lot to talk about tonight. You know what I'm saying? We got the trailer for the season 4 of Invincible that dropped. We had a bunch of trailers that dropped. He-Man, Maul. We got news on Brave and the Bold. There was a Collider article that me and Josh talked about this weekend about the views for Doomsday, the trailers. Talked about that a little bit. A lot of stuff to kick into. We'll kick it in here for a little bit. But yeah, man. What y'all chatting about? Oh, I see the super. See the super. Let's see here. What we're gonna do. Let's go here.
Count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it.
See, at least you wanted to work today. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I just show up. You know what I'm saying? I just show up and do the gig. That's all I do. Rain, snow, or shine. I just show up and do the gig. I appreciate the tea in there, Lawrence. Appreciate you. Sit back over here. Let's see. Make sure I get pulled up on the stream. I add to the chat. You know what I mean? But yeah, where y'all want to start? See the proposed topics. Anything else y'all want to chat about while we waiting on Darius to hop in here? Chill had a prior engagement, so he won't be with us tonight. But you know, me and Darius will kick it out. Where I want to start? Hello there, Brielle. Appreciate you. Let's see here. Don't like the Oscars. Didn't nom no anime movies, but at least Sinners got 17. Yeah, so Sinners cleaned up. Didn't see anything from what's that? Nisa 2, which cleaned up tremendously here in the States in the box office. I expect one battle after another to be the darling as it was at the Golden Globe. So expect to see that. But no, Sinners has a really good chance of cleaning up well at the Oscars for sure. Let's see here. Oh, I did see Sterling K. Brown is going to be in Voltron. He's the villain in Voltron. Let's see here. Henry Cavill's in that movie? Yeah, I think he is. You're right. I think he is in that movie. Sure. He-Man. The He-Man trailer was dope, y'all. I liked it. I liked it a lot, actually. I think it looked a lot better than I expected it to. I don't know exactly what my expectations were. Maybe like Netflix was Zack Snyder's thing. Yeah, like Rebel Moon ish. I think it looked better than that, man. It looks damn good. I like a lot of the casting. I didn't have to look at Jared Leto's face as Skeletor, so that was great. That was awesome. I was able to shake free of my Morbius PTSD. But let me see if I can find it here. Let's see. Watch it together. I thought it was all right. I thought the action was good. Let's see. Find the whole thing. Come on, dog. Trailer. Okay, here we go. All right, hold on. Let me get y'all up. Okay. Boom.
Spaceships.
Hold on.
All that stuff that only exists in legends and bedtime stories. Talking tigers, spaceships, and magic swords that can make a man as mighty as a god. Where I come from, that stuff is real.
What up, D?
Why did you send me away?
I wanted you to be safe. So I sent you to a place I knew that they'd never find you. There's
This obsession with nerd stuff and sword things, it's not a good look for human resources.
It's giving me a little bit
but
like
that
old
sword
school Thor. Like if they
is
would have
gonna
went
show
like
me the way home.
what's Thor's alter ego? Donald.
Can't do that.
Don't worry.
What is that dude's
The
name?
sword's mine.
The guy, the human he pretends to be in the comics. If they would have went that route with Thor, it kind of feels like that's what we're getting out of this He-Man.
Hang on, it's about to get weird.
Donald Blake. Donald Blake. Yeah, a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons vibe. A little bit better done.
What am I supposed to do? Take the sword. You protect them.
Idris Elba making an appearance. Idris. Donald Blake. Appreciate you.
I have the power!
This is pretty dope. What did you think of the trailer, Darius?
I thought
The He-Man trailer.
I thought the He-Man trailer was actually really good. I'm not a He-Man fan. I know it had I've said this before, it had a resurgence when I was in elementary. I know it's like a 80s, 70s show or something like that. It had a resurgence. They put it back on, re-released that. I know even action figures now for that show or for He-Man are really popular. So, or the Masters of the Universe wave stuff. Not the biggest fan of it, but I will be seeing this. It does look good. I know the characters. I know, the pop culture stuff, but
I would say in terms of this era of television, I was more of a Thundercats guy. Like I could probably identify more with the Thundercats than He-Man, but I definitely remember He-Man enough for this to be exciting. And then again, I wasn't putting a whole lot of expectations on how this was going to look. So I feel like they're kind of ahead of the curve in that result. Like they're already beating people's expectations. The last time we saw He-Man was on the Netflix animated series, and everybody was mad because they got him out of there like second episode of the series or something like that. Everybody was kind of up in arms, but
yeah,
this is a much better presentation, a little bit more more true to the character, true to the spirit of the original show, like you said, from the 80s. When does this come out? When does He-Man come out? Is it coming out this
It
year? Is
is
it
this
2026?
year. It is this year, yeah.
Where do you think this falls, right? Because I don't think this is one we've really been talking about a lot in terms of competing, for that top spot of 2026. Where do you think He-Man falls in the heat?
It is coming out the same month that Spider-Man is coming out, so it comes out
Ooh.
June 5th.
Ouch.
Isn't Spider-Man June 9th or something? Brand new day.
Yes, this summer, yep.
Yeah, so it is coming out that same month. Yes. Oh no. Sorry, brand new day is July 31st.
July. Oh,
So,
okay. Thought it was June.
yeah, it's July 31st. I thought it was June as well. So I'm as far as movies that come out this year, because they always release that big thing where it's like the popular movies that are coming out this year and the dates and stuff like that. I don't remember where it fell, but I think just in general, this year is a big year for movies, so it will have. I don't know if it'll have competition in that month of June though.
Trying to see. Let me see if I can
But I
find
think
when He-Man premieres.
yeah, this thing right here with all the. So in 2026,
I'll
they've
stop
got.
telling you. Pull up. It's June. Yeah, it's June 5th for He-Man.
Let me see if I can share this. Share this screen. Hold on. This here. So you got Scary Movie, Hunger Games, The Odyssey, Ice Age 6, Spider-Man, Doom, Mario, Clayface, Toy Story 5, The Mummy, Minions, Masters of the Universe. When does Fast 10 or whichever one that says Part 2, when does that come out? Is that in June?
I don't know.
Is Minions also in June?
I'll look up Minions. Hold on.
Fast 10 is May 19th. Oh no, sorry, that was 2023.
Minions is July 1st.
Okay. And part 2 for Fast is April. Okay, so maybe it's only the only thing coming out in June, and if so, then it should do great.
I mean, looking at this map that you got set up, man, it's Masters of the Universe is right there. So I think what it could compete with, not necessarily in terms of time, but like box office. I think it'll be in the realm of Supergirl. I think it'll be in the realm of Clayface and Mandu Grogu. Does it get into that Odyssey, Dune, Avengers Doomsday realm?
No.
That would be like the higher end of their expectations. That would be like best case scenario, I think. But it could still do modestly well in terms of some of the stuff that's coming out next year. Even like the Mummy remake that's supposed to be, that's supposed to be coming out next year.
Next year.
I didn't think they were done making that. I thought they were still trying to get people back. Because I saw something where they were trying to talk to The Rock about reprising his role as the Scorpion King and then potentially being in the remake that they were doing.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
He'll absolutely do it. He should do it.
Yeah. It'd be. I mean, I think they're striving to get everybody back from that, and they should. And everybody should want to come back from that. The stuff, the technology that they didn't have then that they have now to be able to really make this movie look crazy.
Like I was a big fan of the
Imagine him as I liked it too. Imagine Rock Scorpion King with today's CGI.
Yeah, I guess I was impressed with it when it came out initially, and then it's kind of one of those things. Looking back now, it's like, damn, that looks rough, pretty terrible. So I guess I would like to see an updated version of it. And I mean, how many times can you do Emotep? I guess you really need to have another villain involved, or at least a combination of some of the foes that they faced over the time of the series. But I would absolutely like to see him return. That'll be all right. I didn't realize that it was coming out next year though. Kind of short on time in terms of negotiating.
Yeah, it's a big year for movies. Jumanji is not even on here. Jumanji 4 should be on here as well. That's the one. Actually, I don't know if Jumanji 4 comes out this year or not. But yeah, big year for movies. Big year for movies.
There's a trailer out for The Mummy already?
I don't think is that there's so many different mummy movies going on right now. Is that Brendan Fraser's mummy movie?
Yeah, I was saying we're talking about Brendan Fraser's one. I didn't think that one was done yet. But
Yeah,
I mean, I would have missed if I didn't hop on Twitter this morning. I would have missed most of the stuff that dropped today. Invincible, Maul, He-Man. So
yeah, we can jump on into another one of those trailers if you want. Yeah, the Mummy. Okay, so the Mummy remake. So you're talking about Lee Cronin's Mummy that comes
Lee
out
Cronin's version.
Yeah, that's April 17th, 2026. Fraser's The Mummy. Does not have the last thing The Rock looks like he did something and then he got asked about it back in December. I don't know. Oh, he sat down with Brendan Fraser. And then something they said about it in November. But I don't think Brendan Fraser's is this year.
Gotcha. All right. Cool. So which one? Invincible or Invincible or Maul?
We can go Maul.
Yeah, because then we can talk a little bit of Lucasfilm. Talk some Lucasfilm. Post Kennedy, baby. Talk some post Kennedy Lucasfilm.
I have faith in Dave. I always have had faith in Dave. I like Dave.
He's got to do it, man. I look. The only thing that worries me in all of that is, well, okay, so let's look at the stuff that she talked about on her way out. She talked about Lando. She talked about Taika's movie. She talked about James Mangold. She talked about Simon Kinberg's trilogy, right? I think all of that shit can hit the chopping block, like every single bit of it. The hardest one to kind of peel away is Kinberg's trilogy, because Kinberg and Filoni are in there like this, right? They're the Rebels team. I have an issue, and you can tell me if I'm off base. Let me know if you feel this way too. I feel like if they're going to start off this new quote unquote trilogy, which I don't think we should be building in terms of trilogies anymore until we have a decided direction. That's just me. But if they're going to start off this new trilogy with establishing Rey as the Obi-Wan Kenobi figure, like she's the elder Jedi now, she's the wise teacher. Like, can we just axe it all? Can we just clean slate this shit, scorched earth, and let new life grow from that? You know, that's how I feel about it. I feel like it's a little crazy to continue on the narrative that you were already on and call it a new direction.
No, I completely agree. When Jill and I were having a conversation yesterday, I think, I said, because they were talking about how Daisy Ridley is, or that she's supposed to be, yeah, like you're just saying, she's supposed to be, continuing on, and they got big plans for her and Kinberg's trilogy and all this kind of stuff, blah blah blah. Well, then you failed already because you haven't learned. You haven't learned. The thing is, like you see Galaxy's Edge bringing in Vader and stormtroopers, and I'm sure we'll see a video from Galaxy's Edge at some point saying Emperor Palpatine has landed at Galaxy's Edge, Luke and Leia, things like that, the Chewie and Han, the characters that people want to see. Now, I'm not saying I want to see another thing. Well, I'm not saying that we need to continue to, for the next 20 years, drag out, Luke, Han, and Leia. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, I agree on the axing it all, the sequel trilogy stuff. I mean, if you want to have it exist in as digital form or on streaming where you can go watch it, that's fine. But I do not think that you need to continue on with those stories. It's those stories, as I've said, I think 8 is effectively what really killed everything, but it's those stories that made the fans divisive. It's those stories that people don't care about. And now you're going to continue to do those stories. That doesn't make sense to me, but if that's what they did, they haven't learned.
You hit it on the head, man. Like, I don't think here's the problem. You have jaded the audience in such a way that if you signal any type of fealty to the old regime in your projects post Mandu Grogu, it's going to be seen as a continuance. It's not going to be a stiff enough break from what people were rejecting before, right? And again, I don't think it's general audience members that Lucasfilm was missing. They were still getting billion-dollar films, Solo obviously notwithstanding, but there were still some profitable films in what Kathleen Kennedy was doing. The issue is that they were jading the fan base. And so now the money you were making in the theaters wasn't translating to anything else. It wasn't translating to toys outside of Grogu. It wasn't translating to people going to do Star Wars experiences at the parks, right? That's what you're talking about with Galaxy's Edge and how big of a failure that was. So if that's the case, and you're trying to, show the fandom that this is going to be a different direction, you don't start with Rey. You don't start with Rey. Now, I think for me, the language I heard left a lot of that stuff to be up in the open. Like, it's going to be up to Dave and whoever to go ahead and green light it and see what happens. We didn't even really get, we gotta, for Simon Kinberg, it was, what he has is great, but it's not there yet. So it's not even finished. The script isn't even finished. So in terms of, type of damage we'd be doing by not allowing that to get through, next to none, right? As long as whatever happens in Starfighter doesn't usher us there, then I don't know, man. I feel like this is pretty easy. This is a pretty easy landmine to kind of step around.
Yeah, no, I agree. As I've said, I think Star Wars is an irreparable place. I think you're just the fandom is so divided. People don't look at Star Wars like they once looked at Star Wars, as we've talked about before. I don't even know if this generation, what are they, Generation Z or whatever they are?
Yeah,
they even know if they even pay attention to Star Wars. I mean, your son, his friends, are they in your ear about Star Wars? I mean, I just don't know. Are kids into? Yeah, are kids into this stuff? So it's like
not beyond what you know from me.
Yeah, Star Wars Lego, but that's Lego. That's Lego. It's Lego in general is popular. I, as a Lego, me and Henry used to collect them. Yeah, we had a lot of Legos. Legos in general are popular, but Star Wars as an IP, I will forever love Star Wars. But if they don't make swift changes to these characters, as far as making Rey the spotlight,
such a
they're not going to have new fans.
Like I was listening to somebody today talk about it, and it was like, oh well, it makes sense, Yeah, if you want to continue on the same narrative track that we've been on for a decade, and I don't think that's what we want. I think a new direction is probably best, and the fastest way you get there is having a clean break with the past. So we got a couple supers here. Let me do my thing. Let me do my thing. Hold on. Hello. Bam.
Doing all these shows, I've been on the road, I don't care where I go, long as I get paid. Bad little fire, she been on my mind.
Hey, appreciate the 10, Lawrence. Most people under 40 don't know He-Man. Yeah. Well, under 40, give us a little bit more credit. Say under like 35. Under like 35. Most people don't know. But yeah, I would say most of the younger generations, millennial and underneath, probably aren't big He-Man people. Hold on. We got one more.
You know it's hard out here for a pimp when he trying to get this money for the rent.
That's a weird one, Jill.
Yes, money spent. It's just a whole lot of bitches jumping ship. Arthur, appreciate the $2.
like
Ray is here to Ray is here to stay. You folks delusional. Hey, okay. All right. I'm not
delusional?
arguing with you.
Are we the delusional ones, or is Disney delusional?
Yeah, I'm about to
You're
say, I don't know.
continuing to push. You're continuing to push a character that no one really. I don't want to say no one, but the majority does not care about at all. At all.
And it's also it's a signal to what was there before. So if people were if Kathleen Kennedy, a producer who's been in Hollywood as long as she was, got ushered into her retirement because of how unpopular her work had become, why would you take the flagship character of her regime, of her time there, and continue to push it? It would be like, okay, so Trump is obviously going to leave the presidency at some point, right? Well, hopefully. And so when he does, the next person to take office is probably going to distance themselves from a lot of the stuff that Trump did, right? It would be stupid as hell to take some of the most unpopular stuff that Trump did and then tout it as your own and be like, yeah, and ring your fist about it like brand new day, right? Like that's it's counterintuitive. At that point, you might as well have just had Kathleen Kennedy stay if we were just going to greenlight all the stuff that she had going.
And see, it's stuff like that. Like, I Am Too Fly. Cam was replying to Lawrence saying you'd rather see Ahsoka or Leia. Why would you kill Leia? That's my thing. I understand. Yeah, Carrie Fisher passed. But her daughter at one point said she was willing to step into the role in playing her mother.
You could have recasted the characters. You could have given her some sort of reason to not be seen, to be going off into a far place, where she's isolated. You could have done a million things other than kill her, kill Han, kill Luke, all in one fell movie, one fell swoop.
Right. That was one of the, really, it could, what's wrong with what happened with Star Wars and what's wrong with Star Wars could be a stream on its own. And everybody's going to disagree and have their own opinions on, what happened and this and that. But really, this continuing these sequel characters, this continuing this trying to further the sequel story doesn't work. There's a reason why Galaxy's Edge has put Vader on the ground.
There's
a
dead
reason
pathway.
Why they're playing. Yeah. They're playing the Imperial March and not playing whatever Rey's or anybody else's music was that they were playing. They know that people want to see the characters that they want to see, and Rey's just not one of those characters. She's not.
And I feel like they've known that most of the time, but the person at the top, dictated otherwise, right? Like I don't think the idea that Rey was the only viable character left to tell stories about in Star Wars came from the people under Kathleen Kennedy. I think that was an idea from Kathleen Kennedy. I think that's something of the many things that you could blame her for. That was her machinations, because I don't. Dave Filoni is not. He was not the creators of Rey, Poe, and Finn and this whole other, generation of Star Wars characters. He did not drive that narrative. He did not. That was not his view path. So why he would be, intrinsically kind of tied to that story, I for the life of me I can't come up with a good reason, unless there's somebody in the back room with a knife to his back, like, hey, you better get the Kinberg shit in. If you don't feel anything else, you get that damn trilogy in.
Man. And I agree with, I'm just reading the comments there, talking about the prequel stuff. You don't even have to, listen, it's not even the prequels, bro. It's not even the prequels. As I've said every time we talk about this, it's not as if they have to go hire these magnificent writers, or they have to go. You have 10 years worth of content sitting on somebody's bookshelf over at Lucasfilm.
Yeah.
You have 10 years worth of content with the characters Luke, Leia, Han, other characters that get introduced. Prince Izor.
And they set the narrative of what they were doing in all that time in between the last time we saw them in their youth in episode 7. Right? Because Leia was doing her general thing. Han went back to being a fucking space junk man. And Luke turned into a murderous school teacher. So like they already set the path of what was in between the chapters. They already defined what was happening in that meantime. So it's hard to go back and tell those stories now when they've already kind of tainted the memory. Just leave it all alone. Leave that shit alone, man. Go find something else to tell a story about.
Yeah, that is true.
That's why I respect the Starfighter move. Like, all right, let's break out and do something totally different. Let's not even involve any of this stuff and see if we can serve the audience. You just got to follow through, though. Like, you got to follow through on that, and to pay all that lip service, presumably make a good movie, and then tie it all back into the shit we just left for no reason. And man, that would be a head scratcher. Sure.
Yeah. Rey Palpatine Skywalker is crazy.
But that's who she is. That is her identity. In the Skywalker part, she just took. Like, Leia didn't say it to her on her deathbed. Force Ghost Luke didn't come to her and be like, you're a Skywalker now. Like, they didn't even do that much for her. They didn't even make it real. She just, like, appropriated the name. She appropriated somebody's last name.
Yeah, man.
Holy shit.
What's
like,
up,
who
Falcon?
told you were a Skywalker now? Who said that?
All right, I'm telling you. What's good, Falcon?
What's up, Falcon Storm?
Now, prequel stuff I do care about. I care about this Maul trailer. This trailer that they released was it was better than the one that they showed at Celebration, which is still online for anybody that wants to watch it. I don't think we can pull it up on here. I think that would be it. But it's still online. This one was great, though. It was great. I feel like they went back to that dark Clone Wars era when it was on Cartoon Network, where they're not afraid to show decapitations. They're not afraid to show that a lightsaber does indeed, when it hits you, cut off limbs. They're not afraid to, they were actually, there was a point at the end of that trailer where he throws the saber and it goes through 4, and you see you don't just see the lightsaber go through them, but you see them fall apart, which I'm like, thank you. It was great. It was great. God, it was good. It was so good. Maul, the dialogue that he had, just what's going on all around. It's just, man, when Star Wars does stuff like this is where they shine.
Hey, I loved this trailer. Loved it. Loved it. Let's get a live action version. That can be the next thing we focus on. Why are we even talking about Ray and Simon Kinberg? Let's focus on a live action Maul series. I haven't even seen the animated series, and I want the live action.
Yeah, Maul's
It was
great.
great. Had good feel. Like had a very good. It was very much so what we were getting from the Tales of the Underground that they had out last year, right? The
Yeah.
grungier feel, more adult storytelling. Not to the point that you can't show it to a kid, but you definitely want it to be, at least preteen age before they
Yeah.
would watch something like
And
this.
there were some good reveals in it too. I mean, they one of the things I always love, especially if we're going to be in the prequel era and if we're going to be doing stuff that is in between, like the time of the transforming from the Republic into the Empire, changing, phasing out the clones, getting rid of the Republic gunships, changing the cruisers, Republic cruisers to Star Destroyers and things like that. I want to see. So since we're in that era and we're seeing it from Maul's perspective. We're seeing, how he is, and we're compared Maul's journey in this to when Batman died and how Joker had to figure out what to do without Batman. He's like, Maul is now trying to figure his place out without hunting Jedi, being after the Jedi, being after Obi-Wan, which he still continues to do, obviously.
Right.
But one of the things they said that Maruk said to him was, the Emperor wants you dead. So that means that whatever Maul is still doing is being so disruptive that the Emperor has sent the Inquisitors to
go stop him.
To end it. Right. And not only that, we know from Rebels that we already knew from Rebels that he had encountered the Inquisitors just from the dialogue that him and the Inquisitors had had in that Sith temple. So we know that he's going to kill one of them. Which Inquisitor is going to be, I'm not sure. So that leads me to, I hope, I pray, I don't know that this is going to happen. I'm hoping it does, though. When the Inquisitors fail and the Emperor's involved, who gets sent next? Vader.
Ooh.
So if he sent, and the only reason I say that is because Maul said in Rebels to Ezra, the one that they call Vader will be here soon, and I cannot beat him alone. Which kind of reference that maybe they had fought before. So I'm hoping that he takes down. Like I said, if the Emperor's involved, you're sending Inquisitors. He might kill one of those Inquisitors, not Maruk or the one with the mask, because Ahsoka kills them both. But if he sends there's other Inquisitors. So if he kills one of them, then it's like, okay, the Inquisitors have failed. So Vader, go handle this.
No, a Maul Vader fight would send that series over. It would send that series over for sure. I want to let you know that I was watching A New Hope with my son last weekend, and I watched the Vader Obi-Wan Kenobi lightsaber fight with what y'all were saying in mind, and now I hate you for ruining those movies for me. So thanks. So thank you. Because now every time I see one of the lightsaber fights that I previously held dear in my heart, in the original trilogy, now I just have to hear it with Darius's voice in the back. This is a shitty lightsaber battle. It's super slow. It's in the back of my head.
I like them. I like those. Those. They're just slow.
Mm-hmm.
Luke's an Empire, man. They really beefed it up there. I like him and Vader's fight in Empire is great. Great.
So that was Maul. A little bit of Lucasfilm talk.
Do we want to see that trailer?
Yeah, let's do it. You were saying you couldn't play the one from Celebration.
Yeah, no, we can play that one.
Gotcha. Yeah. We can play the one from today for sure.
Yeah, the one from Celebration. You have to look that one up if you guys want to see it.
Play this one. It's gonna be better quality, anyways.
If you can play it, because I'm on Firefox and it won't play through here.
Send to the let's send
Yeah.
it to the chat. Yep.
Yes.
It was the 1970s. Give me a break. I said that. I was you must not have been in here last week, Johnny, when I was trying to go to bat with these mofos, and I was telling them like I was like, damn, like y'all know lightsaber fighting is a martial art form now, like not in 1970 when it was making this damn movie.
I
I was
give them
fighting
a
for it,
break.
man.
I do.
But now I was watching it and I'm like, damn, man, they moving real slow. Darius was right.
It's just when man, him and Vader, when the blast doors open and Ben, and they're sitting here.
No, I was like, man, why you just disappear like that? Yeah. Is it in there? Pause. Let me go look at it. Doo-doo-doo.
The trailer they showed from Celebration had a lot more of him and Talon's conversations as the dialogue.
Did you? Oh, you sent it in the StreamYard chat.
Private chat, my fault.
Got you. I went to Twitter. All right.
Or at least who we assume is Talon, because we don't know. I assume it's Talon.
Hold on. Nigga, if you don't pause YouTube.
Oh, Star Wars Meg made a thing, and she put Vader on her thumbnail with Maul. So I wonder if she has thinking the same thing.
He's thinking the same shit, yeah. Okay. Maul Shadow Lord. Here we go, folks. Back.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Hold on. That's mine. Well, it's let me stop sharing and then you share because it's sharing my screen.
Oh, you're sharing. I thought you said you couldn't share.
It won't play the sound. I can show pictures or whatever, but it won't play the sound because I'm on Firefox. Yeah, it's really. Hold on.
So it's on me now?
Yeah, now it is.
All right. I'm going to run it back.
Times have changed. I will show you the galaxy for what it truly is. See things from a new perspective.
Enlarge it.
Is this what our future holds? Always running.
I invite you to look more closely.
Make it bigger.
What are we dealing with?
Good question. And I offer you an opportunity.
Maul.
We have all been made to suffer. We survive, but do not live. The Emperor.
Is that Grievous?
That's Maruk's voice.
Chains can be broken.
Hang on!
You saying it dropped out of that crew, out of the starship.
And empires can be shattered.
April 6th. Man, make it motherfucker.
Man, that shit is phenomenal. It's so beautiful.
Nah, it's really good.
Yeah,
really good.
like there's so much going on. There's another Jedi in there. I mean, obviously, this is post Order 66. They're still hunting Jedi down that weren't in the temple or got the message or whatever. So whoever that Jedi was, that's the lizard-looking Jedi. You've got Rook Cast, one of the Mandalorians from Mandalore that stayed with him, still there with him.
They called themselves
Whatever.
Maudalorians.
Yeah, that's what they were called.
That's raw.
Mandalorians.
That's raw.
Mandalorians. Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, no, this is great. It looked great. So I'm ready for this for sure.
See,
Ready for this.
we can stay on this tip right here, man. You want to bounce around and just tell random Star Wars stories and make the occasional movie. I'm down for that. Like, make good Star Wars content, number one. Let's start there. Like, because that wasn't a bar that we were consistently cresting before. So I feel like that's a good starting place. If we can just get back to the point of expecting good projects out of Lucasfilm, that's a step forward. I think Maul will probably be a good direction for sure. Let's see. There's real questions. What do I need to see to be able to watch this? How much homework is required? What do you think, Darius? How much homework do you need to do to be able to understand this series?
To be honest, if you know the basic well, I mean, that's a little tough, honestly, because if you don't know anything post seeing Maul get cut in half by Obi-Wan Phantom Menace with his story, then I would say you have just a little bit of homework to do. Just with season 5 of Clone Wars, you would just need to, wouldn't say you need to see everything with Maul in Clone Wars, but you at least need to see how he returns, how he's resurrected, and all that stuff. And then I would also say the last 3 episodes of season 7 that he's in, those are extremely important to this, because it is literally taking place maybe weeks after we see him last in those episodes.
So you need to do some, by the time April roll around, you need to do some serious Clone Wars binging.
Season 5 is where Maul makes his return. Start there. Again, you don't have to watch everything with Maul because he's in pretty much the rest of Clone Wars seasons 5, season 6, and 7. No, he's not in season 6. That's the botch season. So he's in season 7. But season 5 is basically his season. So I'd watch that. Watch that, and then the last 3 episodes of season 7, and you're there.
I watched the original trilogy: Mando, Ahsoka, Boba, Andor, and that's it. Yeah. I mean, no, you're not gonna understand anything. Do you know who Maul is? I've watched the original trilogy, so that New Hope, Empire, Return.
Oh, well,
Mando, Ahsoka, Boba, Andor. Yeah, you don't even know who Maul is, bro. Go back and watch Phantom Menace, at least.
Yeah.
That's hella homework. You got until April.
Yeah, you got until April. I'm trying to hear. Okay, hold on. I'm listening to Meg. And she's saying the same thing. She's saying the same thing I'm thinking. She said she believes that Vader's going to get sent himself. I think so, man. It just would be perfect because Maul doesn't fear anyone outside of Palpatine. It's visible when he talks about Palpatine that maybe it's a respectful fear, but he does fear Palpatine. So anyway, but he doesn't fear anybody. When the Inquisitors came at him, he took on the Inquisitors. Jedi came at him, he took on Jedi. But when they brought up Vader, he's like, oh yeah. Well, when he gets here, I can't do that.
I'm gonna need some milk.
So it just leans on they've had fought before, because Maul doesn't know. He might know that Vader's Anakin, but remember in season 7, he wanted to kill Anakin. He started the whole thing in Mandalore to lure Anakin there, but they sent Ahsoka
Yeah.
instead.
Yeah.
So it's not as if he was scared of Anakin then. So if he knows that Anakin's Vader, I don't know that he'd be scared of him now, unless Vader whooped his ass and he's like, well.
That would be the only reason why, though, is if he had to
Yeah.
encounter it and he knows, or he saw someone fighting him. So, and I'm projecting way ahead now. I'm projecting past the series here. From an animated standpoint, if we got a potential Hayden Christensen Vader series of some sort, so now a potential tracking down Darth Maul could be recreated in live action. Like, I mean, we still got both the. Yeah, no, we could do that. We can make that happen. Like, yeah, man. Look, Dave, bruh, listen. Your playground is endless. As long as you're not focused on looking behind you, dog. Don't look behind you. Look forward. We thinking about the future. And the future is not Rey. It's not.
Oh. At all.
Maul was just self-aware. he felt the aura. He felt Vader's aura and was like, nah, not this one. Not this one.
Yeah, man. I'm ready. And if I hope it happens. I hope we get this shot over Maul's shoulder or something, or maybe from the back, and you just hear Vader's breathing, and then the camera turns and the lightsaber comes on with that smoke around his feet. Vader's gonna whoop Maul's ass. I love Maul, but I don't think Maul's. We're not talking. This is not Vader when Luke's 19. This is Vader, maybe a couple months, weeks, maybe a year after putting on the suit. This is still peak prime Vader.
Yeah, I think so. He definitely has to use the Force, though. I don't think on the hand-to-hand side he gonna be cleaning up Maul. He's definitely gonna be using a lot of Force ability. Definitely gonna be heavy on the Force abilities.
I don't know, man.
But I mean, that's a huge tilt Vader's way, though, because yeah. I still think that's a huge tilt, Maul. So I was trying to think of some feats with Maul using the Force. Then you gotta get into Rebel stuff. But Vader, nah, yeah, he's a behemoth.
What do you mean Maul is more strategic and definitely smarter than Vader? We forget that Vader is still Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah. No. I'm not challenging his intellect. I'm saying on the hand-to-hand side with the sabers, I'm probably giving the slight edge to Maul. But then if you're factoring in how demonstrative it is, the difference between Vader's Force abilities and Maul's, that's really where the landslide happens. I don't think it's necessarily with the saber work, though. That is where the most interesting fight is going to happen, probably.
Let me see. Damn. Let me see. Here we go. Hold on. Sorry. Let me. You won't be able to hear anything, but I can pull this up at least. We're talking about, because we also have to remember Vader's mechanical now. He is towers over Maul. This is him again. This is not 19 years where Luke is, a teenager, and Vader's had 19 years under his belt from being. This is young, prime, strong as shit, 7 foot tall, Darth Vader. And like just the way he fights here is not. It's different. Let's just get to the fight. I wish I could hear it, but
Better
oh,
run
why
away,
is it the
cuz.
gameplay?
Oh, they cut past
Yeah,
it. Or
man.
did you fast forward?
I was
Look,
trying
the
to.
force abilities. That's where he gonna
Yeah.
fuck them all up at, right here. Wherever they gonna be at, he gonna tear that shit up and toss every last bit of it at you.
Oh yeah.
And not even break a sweat doing it either.
Hold on. Let me do the one where he beat the shit out the bald girl.
Where he beat the shit out of the ball.
He beat the dog shit out of her. Why is it all this gameplay? Well, then you gotta watch that on your own. We're not watching
Let me
gameplay.
see. Oh, more force ability.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Talking.
he gonna get annoyed with Maul flipping and turning and spinning the double-sided lightsaber behind his back. He gonna be like, "Ah, get your ass over here, motherfucker. Come here." Ah.
Yeah, a lot of talking. We'll probably get struck for this one, but I'm going to do it anyway because it's a better representation. Uh, we'll do it anyway. Here. Come on, load. Because this was one of the only other times we got to see Vader. Yeah, that shit's great. Twilight of the Apprentice is that episode. But I'm drooling honestly for it. I want to see Maul and Vader fight.
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Would be
Fan
dope.
servicey, but I want to see it.
Would be dope. Invincible?
Yeah, let's go Invincible.
Invincible's getting heated. Heating up. We're gonna have the Viltrumites approaching Earth. Grand Admiral Thrag has arrived.
Do you
Pulling
think
up.
Do you think do you think Thrag is gonna fight in this season or?
See, I'm not a comic book reader, so I don't exactly know where all this shit is going. Not a comic book reader about Invincible. I haven't read the Invincible comic, so I don't know exactly where all this is going. I feel like after we got what we got last year with damn, what's the man's name? Missing the hand. What's his name?
I forget, but I know the old dude that's fucking
Yeah,
everybody up.
Yeah, with the eye. They need a different type of threat. Like, obviously, this character is going to be even stronger, but like that's what they had when they had the girl show up, and then they had Homeboy with the eyeball show up. Like it was supposed to let you know, all right, listen, this is not even you don't even know, right? So then they leveled up to Homeboy, and he nearly kills Eve, and it raises the stakes even more. So now I feel like the threat has to change. It has to become, all right, this is no longer a I need to stop holding back type of story arc. Now it's a more so of how do I protect everybody else around me? I think we've gotten past Conquest. Thank you. Appreciate it. Now that we've gotten past the idea of what he needs to do when a Viltrumite appears, it's how do we prepare knowing that the Viltrumites are on their way. That's why I think a lot of the scenes with with Nolan going back home, with Alan obviously going around recruiting still. We seen the the white tiger battle beast. We've seen battle beast pop back up. Like all of our pieces to lead an army against the Viltrumites that are starting to fall in place. There's also going to be a little bit of a redemption, I feel like, in this third season, with not just Nolan, but there's going to have to be some sort of come to Jesus moment with Cecil and Mark, right? Obviously, they can't stop working together. And so that was a big point of conflict last season, is that Mark finally realized that he was somewhat of a pet on a leash. Only he's the most powerful being on earth. So what do you do when you've pissed off the most powerful person on earth, and he's not as virtuous as a Superman, and he's not as altruistic as a character like that, right? Like he does have the propensity to blow up and to rebel and kind of buck the authority. It seems like something's going on with Eve's powers as well.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know
like,
if that
I
was
think
crazy.
does that have something to do with Conquest beating her dying, and Conquest didn't, because she died basically, right? When Conquest
She
beat the fuck
basically
out of her?
died, but then she came back. I thought she came back
Yeah,
super
she
powered.
came back. She did, but I wonder if that death had something to do with her ability.
Maybe since she accessed that power, like the full range of her powers, now it's draining or something like that. Maybe. Don't forget that Angstrom is still a thing. Like Angstrom didn't die. So I think whoever that threat is just kind of in its latency. It's just kind of sitting there growing and festering for whenever this whole situations with the Viltrumites maybe settles out a bit. But can't forget about
And
that
whatever's
character.
going on with Demon.
Yeah. I forgot about that one too. I think that one's gonna be more of a side plot. That'll probably be where Cecil meets his end, is when Demon makes it back topside. I don't know if that'll play too much into what Mark has going on, but I think most of this season is going to be them preparing for the Viltrumites' arrival. I think Mark's going to be going through his one of his one of his crises, one of his early life crises that he's been having here in these early seasons, and it won't be so much about him and his ability to protect. It'll be, all right, I need to have everything in line because I know what kind of threats are coming now. How do we protect the world? How do we put a shield? It's kind of how like Tony Stark was after he fought the Chitauri, or after they fought Ultron, right? After he talked to that lady whose son died in Lagos. Like when Tony had that realization, like, oh shit,
Yeah.
we're really the shield to the earth right now. Like we can't be fucking around. We need to find a way to do this a little bit more structured so that people don't die. I think that's where Mark is at. He's entering his Iron Man 3 phase, where he's no bullshit and he ready to work for the man, maybe a little bit more than what he was ready to work for before, because he realizes the threat is so great.
Yep. And he's gonna have to trust his dad. He's gonna have to trust Nolan.
Definitely gonna have to trust his daddy, which is a tough ask.
But I feel like it is a tough ass. What's Orange dude's name? I always forget his name. One eye. Alan.
Mm-hmm.
But he has a good relationship with Alan. So if Alan tells him, look, bro, I've been through some shit with your dad. That
your dad tried to kill himself. He tried to sit there and let 2 Viltrumites bust his head open. Yeah. Alan will be a good character witness for Nolan, but the problem is that Nolan he's kind of beyond having a friend vouch for him. You know what I'm saying? He beat his son within an inch of his life. So yeah, it's kind of tough. What was really gonna be awkward is when he pulled up back on the house and talked to Debbie. Debbie was a pet. You know, man, I didn't really love her, and you know, I've had hundreds of partners. Man, what is that conversation gonna be like between him and Debbie?
Like, I thought the same thing, because when that very first season, when she's standing with Cecil and they're listening to him tell Mark that I looked at your mother as nothing more than a pet. I'm like, oh shit. Yeah,
that shit is crazy.
Yeah.
He was wilding. Shit. Let me see if I can. You can pull up. Keep going through the comments. I'm gonna see if I can pull up.
I mean, they're definitely gonna talk. They're definitely gonna have to talk at some point. She's raising his other son.
Yeah, now, ain't that about a bitch? I'm a pet, and you just sent your little Jon Snow baby down here for me to raise. Damn,
Yeah,
damn. Yeah, no, that's humbling. That's humbling. Not only did the
but she's
man,
also got a new man. So
man, that nigga about to
she's
run.
she's with the
He's
detective dude, or
about
not?
to
He's not a
run.
detective.
He's going to
What
run.
is he? What is he?
He's a real
How does she
estate
know him?
agent.
What is
He's
it?
out of there, boy.
Yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah,
gone.
yeah.
He is gone. All right, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. All right, get that there. How you do that there? How you do that there? Okay, hold on.
People.
Let's get that up
Things are
there. Run
changing.
this back. Backington. Back. There you go.
Mark, take a night off.
We don't get to take a night off. If I'd actually killed Angstrom the first time, so many people would still be alive. I'll do anything to stop that from happening again.
It's not who you are, Mark. But trauma like that breaks people.
Things are changing, Mark, and not for the better. Oh, God.
We'll figure this out, okay?
We need to show the world that even after everything that happened, the Guardians are still here, fighting to keep everyone safe
Come on!
from what might be coming our way.
I'm sorry, Mark. We need your help. How do you feel about war? The Viltrumites will always be a threat to Earth.
But each day, we add more allies to break their hold on the galaxy. Together, we have a chance to end this war forever.
I can help. How much does this job pay?
Oliver,
No
goddamn
tricks this time.
teenager.
How do I know you're telling the truth?
You'll have to trust me.
There will be loss. There will be sacrifice.
I'm sorry.
We must all face judgment for the evils of our past if we want any hope to change our future.
This is serious, Shapesmith.
This is fruit punch. Would you like some?
Is everyone ready?
Yes!
We stick together. That's how we win this.
Leave no one alive.
Yes, sir.
Thrag said, "Leave no one alive."
Yeah, that's
Also,
gonna be good.
you know what's messed up about Eve's powers on being on the fritz is that during that fight with Conquest, that was like one of the first times we seen her doing something other than making shields when she was in battle. And so I was excited to see like that expand a little bit more, like them add to that repertoire for somebody who can literally bend matter. But now it seems like her shit gonna be on the fritz. So that's that, I guess. Chillmonger in the building. I think I gotta add him to the stage. You're
you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Damn, it's been 4 seasons in the wait for Invincible. We're about to see them all united together, grouped up like Avengers Endgame style.
Who's them? Who you talking about?
I'm talking about us, the fans of Invincible.
Oh
man, he needs to be kicked out.
The true fans from the beginning.
He's not an Invincible fan.
Down since day one ish. Light them all up, knock them down like this.
Nah, bro. We don't know you.
No.
We don't recognize you over here.
They have really tightened that
Can I comment
animation
on the
up, too.
animation? Can I comment on the visual appeal, the voice acting? Am I allowed to
Yeah,
have any
sure.
opinion?
Yeah. Comment on
No.
all that.
I like Stephen Ewan. I know that he's going to be playing Zuko in the Avatar movie, so it's good to see that he's been working on the craft for many years. He played Avatar 1 also, the first one. So good for Stephen Ewan for getting the reps in. Can I say that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, you like Avatar.
I do.
See, I contribute.
He called Thrag Freddie Mercury. That's funny. Yeah, no, I think this is going to I think this will be the season of Invincible that breaks a lot of prime streaming records. I think this will be
Yeah.
one of the more viewed ones because in terms of anticipation from the comic book Invincible crowd versus where I believe most of the television crowd is right now, it feels like we're at a point where they're not there's not so much story to slow down and tell. Like we're at a point of escalation in the story. So this should be one of those viral moment type of series. Similarly to how the series started. Right? Like the first season of this show was
The
so
opening,
banger. Man, banger after banger after banger after banger. Every episode ended on something major.
with
And
jaw dropping. Like, what?
yeah, shocking. I think we're headed back into that territory if some of the things that are rumored to happen actually happen. Plus, I mean, we've got one of those overarching world threatening events, so that's always heightened the tensions and the stakes.
Yeah. Yeah.
What say you, Chill?
100%.
We also talked a little bit about the Maul trailer and prospective things to come from Lucasfilm. Any thoughts on either one of those?
I also have faith in Dave Filoni, and I'm liking how week 1 went. I'm looking for, an announcement of a movie, but so far so good. And it does feel like nothing that is been in development hell will actually come out from Lucasfilm. I think we are starting from zero. He just hasn't said so. And I wonder what's the strategic advantage to not saying everything in development is now gone. I'm starting from scratch.
So not even the Kimber trilogy. You don't think that's going to survive?
Unless that is, the first thing that he wants to do in his new era. Because the Kimber trilogy is something he would have been the chief creative officer
by
the time that was conceived.
Do you feel like moving Rey into like an elder statesman role, an Obi-Wan Kenobi figure in the next phase of Star Wars is a mistake or a disqualifier?
Yeah, and it's a huge mistake. If she's one of the Jedi Masters, including Ahsoka and Ezra and maybe Quinlan Vos, I'm just naming names.
Yeah.
Like if he's one of them, she's one of them. Fine, yeah, you're amongst everyone else. But I just wouldn't like hang my coat on the Rey rack.
On that, yeah. Agreed. We talked a little bit about that. I felt like it would be a bad message to send the fan base to start with that as your driving narrative for your new trilogy is, oh yes, Rey is Obi-Wan Kenobi now. Like, damn, if they didn't like her and called her a Mary Sue before, I don't really know. I don't know how that's gonna get better. What else did we talk about? We talked Maul. You said you believe in Filoni. Blah, blah, blah. What else we talk about, Darius?
He-Man.
Yeah. Did you see the He-Man trailer?
Yo, I'm gonna do a 180 from yesterday, Darius. Do you know Idris Elba's playing a race swap character?
Again?
No,
yeah, that's a white character. Yeah,
I didn't know.
I thought he was just a random, like, some sort of authority figure in Grayskull. I didn't think that he was actually a white character. He keep on doing that shit. God damn, Idris.
Yeah, it disqualifies any interest I had in it, and so yeah, the trailer was fine, but so what?
It was
Sorry,
pretty
no.
dope. Damn.
I just remember. I forgot all about I knew there was a catchphrase, but I couldn't remember what the catchphrase was. I had to look it up earlier today. But that I have the power.
Now the power of Grayskull. I have the power.
Yeah. Jared Leto is
Skeletor.
Skeletor. It looks good. Looks cool. The fight scenes looks cool.
Because you didn't see his face, and that was my biggest worry about him being in the movie is: are you going to hear his voice? Are you going to see his face? If both of those aren't gone, then I think it'll go well.
This might be Jared Leto's last role. I don't think anyone's gonna trust him after Morbius didn't do well, and the Tron movie didn't do well.
Yeah. Yep. It's unfortunate that that's the reason why people have to stop messing with him, and not the erroneous weird charges that he has. But every dog has his day, I suppose. Let's see, Invincible, Maul, He-Man. I think the only thing left to talk about is Brave and the Bold.
Did you guys talk about Jonathan Majors getting nominated for Magazine Dreams? No, you didn't, because he was not nominated. Damn.
What about
And we
Sinners
also
16?
didn't talk about.
Go ahead, Darius.
Yeah. So if well, yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. If Michael B. Jordan does not win Best Male, because I'm thinking of the two films here that two people. I guess he's the bigger one. He's going against Chalamet and DiCaprio. DiCaprio for what is it? One day at a time, or one moment in time, or whatever.
One day after another.
One day after another, and then Timothy
One battle
Chalamet
after time.
One battle after another. There you go.
Sounds like a Tyler Perry film. And then Chalamet's Marty Supreme. He was already snubbed at the Golden Globes. Not only that, he is playing two different people here, and doing so good of a job to deceive the audience that when he was on Jimmy Kimmel's wife, when they were watching it, leaned over to Jimmy and said, "Who's that other guy that looks just like Michael B?" That's how good of a job he was doing of playing, two different people. So if he gets snubbed at the Oscars, snubbed at the Oscars, I think that would be crazy. Because
they're nominated 16 times, so it'd be hard for them not to win something. I don't know if they're going to win Best Actor, but yeah, they'll win something.
Don't worry.
Yeah, but that is the one that they're looking for, right? People are always looking for Best Actor, Best Picture. Those two are like the two big ones. Which one?
Well,
which one's
sure,
the one that
like,
Will won?
You can't. He won that Will won for. I think it was
that Best Actor. Take away after
King Richard.
Okay,
leading actor.
Yeah, that's like that's one of the big ones of the night.
Sure, I'm saying if I was Ryan Coogler and I had 16 nominations, if I lost like Best Screenplay or Best Actor and then won 3 or 4 other Oscars, I it's a hell of a consolation, if you can even call it a consolation at that point. Because otherwise, what's the point of touting the amount of nominations you have overall if you only really care about Best Actor and Best Picture?
There's marriage.
I think Chalamet deserves an Oscar.
You think who does?
Go ahead. I think Chalamet deserves an Oscar. I just don't think
Marty?
He deserves the Oscar. Not for Marty. I mean, I haven't seen Marty, so I can't say. I don't know. But,
for what movie?
But No. Okay, let me rephrase that. I think at some point in his career, because he's such a, to me, I think he's a really good actor. He should get an Oscar. I just don't know that he should be getting the Oscar between this and Sinners. And you're talking to somebody who I've only seen Sinners once, and it was okay for me. But I know that Michael B. Jordan did a hell of a job.
I think you hit the nail on the head. If we're looking at the field versus Sinners, it's easily Sinners. Like if you telling me one battle after another and Sinners are competing for Best Picture, it's Sinners by a landslide, and don't even have to think twice about it.
Yeah.
So you watched one battle after another with the lens of which movie's better?
Unfortunately. Well, no, I viewed them both.
So is one battle after another?
And I came out with Sinners as being far better, a superior film.
Is one battle after another the one where he's in the being hunted? Or they're hunting him and his daughter or something?
Yes. At some point, that's where it leads. He impregnates a black. I can't even bring myself to call her a civil rights a black anarchist, and she abandons her baby in him to turn state witness after she goes and gets locked up off of a robbery, and then she flees the witness protection program she was put in after she gave up all her comrades to go live somewhere in fuck off Mexico and not be a mom.
Spoiler alert! I was gonna watch that.
That's her time in the movie. She's not in the movie beyond the things that I just described, and it actually gets worse than that. I didn't even give a full description. It's pretty fucking bad. It's pretty bad. I'm working myself up right now. I'm getting into a tizzy.
But because it's Leonardo DiCaprio,
literally, because he's on it.
Well, he never wins the Oscar anyways. His votes are going to be split with Timothée Chalamet for the best leading actor. And then you're going to have to hope that they have increased the electorate. And now there are more black voters, or I should just say not racist voters, who may say Sinners and Michael B. Jordan's performance is best. And if it's not, so what? This is just about people's opinions.
That's another thing, too, is that
I bet you they're going to give it.
They're going to give it to who?
Go ahead. Oh, Chalamet. I think he's going to get it.
I would say you kind of hit the head on the head, Shill, is that we get suckered into like debating who's going to win these things. And you gotta snap back into reality and remember there are folks in a back room lobbying to win these awards right now. It's not about who had the best film. It's not about
that part right there.
The audience cared about. It's about the very accessible judges and how amenable they are to the people who are going and lobbying for these films to win these awards. It has absolutely nothing to do with merit. So we honestly shouldn't even care about it. I think it's recognition enough that Sinners got nominated as many times as it did, and we should just leave it at that. And we shouldn't even allow them to build us up into this anticipation to where only thing they have to do is not give an award to Coogler and company to get us all upset. To hell with them, because we already know what their thought process is, and we know how they come upon who wins these movies. So why give it any more weight?
The internet is going to be mighty upset if he doesn't. They're going to be like, he snubbed him at the Golden Globes. Well,
yeah, they are, but
that's
even more reason to not follow him.
Nope. Next year it'll be the same thing for another movie. Ludwig Göransson is going to be the only guy who won. Also, they let the white dude win for Sinners. This isn't right. Maybe the supporting actor who plays the Irish dude, maybe he gets something. They're not going to be recognized, and who cares if they're not? I don't. I think I recognize the Oscars' power, and I know when someone is a Academy Award nominated actor, it means something for the film, and it means they're going to increase their rates. But And then when I think of Monique, I think so what? Also, like she won her Oscars, and so what? So it really is irrelevant or less relevant than we should put it.
And Arthur, this is not a conspiracy theory. It's not something that I thought up in my dreams. There is there was a board member on the board for the Grammys who's suing that board, right? And she's telling all about the process, about how they come to the conclusion of who's going to win each award in each category and what the process is and how the studios send over basically lobbyists to woo over the judges. It's no different than how our political system runs. If you think otherwise, I got you that beach house in Idaho. It's the keys. They got your name on it, Arthur. The only thing I need is that deposit, man. You send me the 20K, it's all yours. Beach house, Idaho.
Arthur, that's a beach house, water, lake view. That's beautiful.
Kidding me? Ocean view, chill. Ocean view.
Oh, my bad. My oceans in Idaho. I forgot that they were on the
Ocean
coast.
view. Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, man. That's I think it'll win something. It'll win something. Is it gonna win Best Picture? Probably not. Probably not. Grammy, sure, but this is the Oscars. Okay, yeah, no. You're right. You're right. My bad. I apologize. My bad. What was I thinking? This is the Oscars.
Woo!
Woo!
Sure, set him straight.
I think the last thing we got on the docket tonight is Brave and the Bold. So they have found their writer. Be that what's his name, James Gunn and company. They found their writer for Brave and the Bold. It is going to be none other than the writer on Birds of Prey, the writer of the Flash movie. Her name is Christina. Hold on.
Milian?
Nah, it would probably be a better choice if it was Christina Milian or Aguilera. What's your name, girl? What's your name?
And she did Batgirl and Birds of Prey. And she did
Christina
the Flash.
Hodson. Yeah, she did the Flash, Batgirl, and Birds of Prey. Her name is Christina Hodson. So first of all, we're recreating. We're putting back together the team that made the Flash. This is why I said when I attribute not canceling the Flash as a knock against James Gunn, because he looked at that film and released it as is. He seen that film and was like, okay, yep, that's good enough. Go ahead and get it out. And not only that, but was like, you know what? I think I could use you guys next. I think I could use you again down the road. After they made the least profitable DC film of all time. I think the least profitable superhero movie. The least profitable superhero movie until the Marvels. And he looked at that and was like, I'm going to use y'all later on as a team. I ain't even going to split y'all up and put y'all with different directors or different writers. Y'all going to work together again. And not just work together again, but I'm going to put you all on Batman. Thoughts.
I don't care.
Man. Well, he doesn't care because he Flash, but I'll let him go first. Go ahead.
You don't care? Why don't you care?
Why don't I care? I don't care. How do I say why I don't care? I feel like usually there's a reason for caring. Not caring doesn't require the reason. I just don't care.
You don't care as in you don't care about the movie? Like you don't care about Brave and the Bold? Or you think that it's going to be good with Hodson and Muschietti?
Nah, she is the wrong pick. I did like Flash, but she is the wrong pick. And it's kind of like Simon Kinberg. I got to see what you can do because you're the guy who did Dark Phoenix, but I like Rebels.
Whew.
I got to see what the content is. Bad writers can write good scripts.
That is true. I think the difference between Simon Kinberg and and Hodson in this instance is that at least you can lean on Rebels when you think about Simon Kinberg. What is the positive project for Hodson? Like she's not associated with a project that I like personally. I guess it's a little bit different for you if you like The Flash, but there isn't a thing that she's been attached to that I've liked that I thought was even mediocre. Birds of Prey, excuse me, I thought was below average. The Flash was awful, and we've never seen Batgirl.
Batgirl was not unreleasable.
Yeah, I'm about to say they claim it was unreleasable. So and they claimed it was unreleasable and released the Flash. So I don't know. I guess I'll leave Batgirl out of it because I didn't see it. But Birds of Prey and the Flash as a resume is crazy to get Batman. Like we thought it was bad that Shire is getting rewarded X-Men after how he performed with Thunderbolts. This is 10 times worse than that. This is so much worse than that. Because at least Thunderbolts was received well by the audience. At least the critics received Thunderbolts well. I don't think anybody I don't know. I don't know. Feels like a bit of a misstep. And the contrast as well is a problem here too. On one side of this Batman equation, we got Reeves continuing a popular story, adding characters and figures to that production that people are fond of, Sebastian Stan and ScarJo. And then on the other side, it's like, okay, I guess in the most gracious, we'll say we'll give you some time to see how it goes, but it certainly doesn't project well.
No, not at all. No, not at all. This just, I think, speaks more to the incompetence that James Gunn has of running DC studios. I don't think that James is a bad director. I think James is a bad president. Darius, he hasn't had time.
Bumblebee too?
Well, it's been how long since he gave us the presentation that got canceled
in 22. Yep.
So it's been a while. He's given us Superman. He's now giving us Supergirl, which I don't think is going to do that great. Man of Tomorrow. We're hearing about Brave and the Bold, Clayface, Jimmy Olsen, things I've said. Jimmy Olsen, Gorilla Grodd, Mr. Miracle. These are, I mean, we're finally talking about somebody else in the league outside of Kal-El, and you're attaching it to other failures. That just, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know okay. I don't know. Maybe is it DC? Maybe the rumors, maybe the speculation, maybe DC is cursed. Maybe it's not the people that run it. Maybe it's just DC, because they can't seem to get this shit right. They cannot seem to get this. And I don't want to speak prematurely because I haven't seen Brave and the Bold. But while talking and preparing for it, if I'm going on a camping trip and I'm getting ready to go and I'm asking you, did you pack bug spray? Did you pack the tent? Did you pack the essential needs? And you're, oh no, I forgot all of those things. Well, that doesn't sound like it's going to be a fun trip. We haven't gotten there yet, but it doesn't sound like it's going to be a fun trip. So even though we haven't gotten to Brave and the Bold yet, I'm hearing that, oh, she did Birds of Prey. Oh, she did Bumblebee. Oh, she did
yeah,
X,
Bumblebee
Y, and Z,
did
the others.
Didn't help the case.
Then, we're not there yet, but this is not going to be a fun ride. So we'll see exactly what this is going to look like.
And that's on top of a decided narrative for Batman even before we hired a director or a writer, right? Like we already kind of decided that we're going to be doing Bruce with Damian Wayne. So like a completely different era for Batman than we've seen before, which, or at least in the film aspect, right? We haven't seen that just yet. Which is not necessarily bad. I just think it's an interesting part or interesting place to start. You know, this is your introduction to your universe as Batman. I think introducing Batman as a father kind of takes a part of Batman's arc away from the character, kind of. Like it takes a piece of his journey that's integral to his character away. And I guess you can kind of expect the audience after all these years of seeing one of the most propagated literary characters in American history, Batman, you kind of know a story, right? But still, you're introducing them to
Yeah,
another generation of viewers, though. Like you still
but
have to kind of go through the steps of establishing who Bruce Wayne is, even if you're not going to do a full blown on origin. So starting him off as a dad, oh, and by the way, his kid is Robin. There's a lot of space you got to fill in there.
there is, and yeah, we said I don't need to see what goes down in Crime Alley again. We don't need to see the Waynes gunned down again. We never said skip Bruce's youth and
His entire comeuppance.
Yeah, we just said we don't need to see the Waynes gunned down again. We know that happens, but skipping all of this and jumping right into him being a father, you know, like I said, I like Damon a lot, but this is, I don't know.
It's like,
I don't know.
Okay, so how do you do that, and then how does that then change the story of the League of Shadows? Right? Because I mean, obviously, Damian is a product of that, but so is Bruce in a way. Like not even Bruce, but Batman is a product of the League of Shadows. Does that change the story if you tell it kind of in reverse? If you reverse engineer it as, oh well, this is Talia's son with Bruce, and then oh by the way, Bruce was a student of Talia's father Ra's way back in the day. Do you kind of like reverse engineer the story since now Damian's already here and tell that piece of it first without really going back into Batman's origin in that part of it? Because otherwise,
if you're saying they'll change the origin, then they'll change the origin. It's the science fiction genre where anything is possible, and they'll keep certain things and they'll drop other things. It's a 2-hour movie. They don't have 80 years of comic books, or they don't have the time to explain everything the way they want it. They'll just say, well, in this universe, this is how the Al Ghul family works, and get with it.
He's not wrong on that either, because Gunn already kind of said that, what was his wording? Damon's backstory will be different, a little different.
Okay,
so he's changing.
I mean,
he's changing things.
Yeah, I don't think that does you any favors. You know,
I don't think it does you any favors
You're
either.
already,
But he's changing it.
You already asking the audience a lot to like pick up in this unconventional spot for this character. And then now what they know of the characters that you're trying to introduce is different as well. You're asking them a lot. You're asking them a lot. And again, there's going to be this very, very present other option to enjoy. they don't have to watch this version of Batman to get their Batman fix. It's just an interesting spot.
that's where again it gets the writing, I think, gets a little more clear on the wall of who's going to be the dominant Batman moving forward. And it's definitely likely looking like it's going to be Pattinson's Batman and that entire franchise on that side moving forward. Because I don't know, man. I don't know. And
I don't
may
think
not even be directing this.
That's another thing, right? Because they just officially greenlit
It season
two. So
and the supercut.
Oh yeah, he's putting together the two It films. doing that Tarantino thing. So he's busy. They might go and get another director, so that'll delay the movie. Meanwhile, the Batman is full steam ahead. People like it. You're asking people to get down with the Birds of Prey writer on the script. You'll probably even get an even more available director than what you got with Muschietti.
Don't forget to factor in Supergirl and Man of Tomorrow will have come out by then, and it's anticipated that they'll succeed. No one's doing these movies planning for them to fail.
Right.
That's true.
Right. That's true. That's true. How popular does I won't say both movies, because that's kind of hard to project. How popular does a film like Supergirl have to be to continue that positive momentum then? Because I mean, right now, if we're, I think it's fair to say it's neutral right now. I don't think it's over the moon excitement, and I don't think it's dead.
Yeah, it's neutral, maybe a little bit above neutral. It's doing fine.
So with Supergirl, you would expect it to be, it maybe need to take a step beyond even what Superman gave it last year to kind of continue that track and expect something, big from Batman down the line. I think it's just going to be complicated with doing both of those Batman at the same time, because people are going to be longing for whichever one is better. And right now, I mean, it's very early in both of their productions, but it seems like one has a decided path and the other one's just kind of, mulling around in James Gunn's brain as of right now.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Time will tell. Jill made a good point there, too. Those Supergirl and Man of Tomorrow would have been out by then, so time will definitely tell.
Yeah. I mean, but so will the Batman. Like, everything will be out at that point. Whenever we get Brave and the Bold. Who do you think the first villain will be? If we're doing
for Batman,
if we're doing Damian Wayne, or Damian Wayne, are we just gonna hop straight into League of Shadows, or are we gonna do the League of Owls?
Red Hood, maybe Red Hood.
That'd be a great movie. Red Hood. You're not the only Robin.
So damn, we will have two fucking Robins in here. I think we literally did this. We talked about this. I think y'all suggested the same thing. Said we're gonna have two Robins in here, and neither one of them are gonna be Dick. Clayface would line up with they already shot though.
I'd put Nightwing in the movie.
Put Nightwing in there. No, cool. Clayface would make sense because of what's already have come out and what would have already been established. If we have a Batman cameo in Clayface, even if they don't show the actor's face, kind of how like they did in Creature Commandos.
You talking about in Clayface?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fully expect them to do that dumb shit. I fully expect that. Another villain it could be is Hush. I'm looking at the animated films that Damian has shown up in with Batman, and Hush is one of the villains in one of the animated films he's shown up in.
Yeah, we got Joker and Two-Face over there in the Batman land. So I hope they really play it up. If
I'm him, I would use a bigger known supervillain than Hush. But
I would.
I'm not him.
I would too. I would.
Yeah, you need to make some money, bro. Stop it with the Booster Gold and Mr. Miracles. Let's get some Mr. Freeze. Let's get
He's
some.
Asking so much of the audience, man. He really wants people to get down with his vision, but he doesn't. I feel like he's not paying enough fan service, and that sounds very easy to do, but that's because it is. It's because it is. You have,
and at the same time, Marcus, all these risks can pay off. Every single one of these things can succeed. Supergirl could be huge. We could be like, oh my god, look how he hit it off with all these unknown characters, and he's only now getting Green Lantern in and all the other guys in the movies. whoa, this guy really is an excellent movie producer. He has the foresight to believe in his own writing capabilities. He knew that everyone would be where we are at right now 4 years later. And then he gives us a Wonder Woman. What a genius. That is a possibility that I don't want to ignore, pretend it's not there. That this guy plans to succeed. And I like DC, just like I like Marvel, and I want these superhero movies to succeed because the more movies that succeed, the more easier it is to do a Static Shock or an Icon or insert black character here, Vixen.
So
And
you're not
I'm gonna root for it.
you're not wrong. I would say it's possible in that it's a anything is possible type of thing. And the reason why I say that is because the things that he has greenlit feel so personal. It feels like he makes sense of the things that he wants to do as opposed to wanting to do the things that make sense. He sort of kind of puts himself in this mind state of, oh, we can make this work. I don't know if this is a more of a personal thing than we're talking about, what should or shouldn't be done. But from a personal standpoint, if I was wielding the type of heavy hitters that James Gunn had at his disposal, I would find it much easier to do what is already being asked for as opposed to try to get people on board with what I want them to get on board with. You know what I mean? It feels like he's fighting this uphill battle that he doesn't have to by trying to break through characters that nobody's asking you to break through.
Well,
You know,
he
we have
casted a
enough.
30. Sorry,
Go ahead.
keep going. Sorry.
I was gonna say we have enough character rehab to do within the trilogy, the Trinity. You got enough character rehab to do with Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, maybe even Flash, than to be trying to convince people that, like you said, Booster Gold and Clayface and those type of figures are going to hold up the universe.
And should he fail at this, at the characters who are less than, what is he stuck with? It's not like he's casted a Batman yet who's like 44 and oh my god, we don't have time. The only guy is Superman, and that dude's 32. His Supergirl is 26, Millie Alcock. He it's like he went to this uphill battle, but he equipped his soldiers for war. So he's fine. He can make a stumble. And maybe as soon as the first stumble, he will cancel some of the stuff that is risky and forward the Wonder Woman or Batman's story.
How far down the list do you think he gets before he cancels? Is it Supergirl? Is it Man of Tomorrow? Is it Brave and Bold?
The answer to your question is he will not fail. He'll never need to cancel.
No. We can assume that he's going to do well, but let's say on the other end of the spectrum, how far do we have to get down the list of production before we make an adjustment?
Oh, next is Supergirl. So that's in June. So let's, I don't know. Well, you want me to pretend that he's going to fail Supergirl? Fine, I'll pretend. It only makes 300.
I'm asking you that if Supergirl underperforms, is it time to change the directive, or do you give it Man tomorrow?
Yeah. If Supergirl doesn't do well, by the time the movie is out, they would have already filmed Man of Tomorrow, correct? So you probably can't pivot too much, but you definitely don't plan Supergirl 2. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, just the first mishap. The first, like, if Clayface only brings in 30 million at the box office, you have to say no more stupid lesser
no more stupid stuff.
Even though the budget is low on Clayface, so the
It's super low.
cost probably won't kill them too much, I still would take that low box office of Clayface as reason not to. And then he looks like a genius if he makes 300 million off of a Clayface movie where the budget was 50, whatever it was. I forget. Someone can look it up.
It's less than 100 million.
Right, it's less than 100 million. So like he could, we've never seen this because all of Marvel's stupid ass movies cost $1 gazillion, but we've never seen in the superhero era a Marvel or a DC do a low budget film. Oh, Joker, we did Joker for 50 million.
Joker.
I see it as another example of it working. So yeah, the superhero fans exist and they'll show up for Joker. Not so many will show up for Clayface, but not so many are needed. And if you do dangle a Batman appearance, that's risky too because you don't want to over advertise. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. How do they dangle that? How do they dangle the inclusion of the rest of the DCU? Do you let it leak? Do you just have it heavily reported, or do you literally put in your trailer that one cameo scene? The character's only in there a minute, but do you put that in your trailer? I would
Uh,
go with the latter. I think you got to
I
advertise
would
the
allow
Supergirl.
it to spread organic. I would put it in as like a after credit or a mid credit scene, and
No,
let it
advertising.
spread.
How do you advertise the
Or how do you
movie?
advertise
In,
that Batman's in
when
it?
when people are going to see Clayface, do you want them going in there knowing that the trailer showed, you know what I mean, Superman? Like the same way Lobo
No,
was
I
in
hate that.
Supergirl for
I
a
don't
quick
want you
little
to bait and
second.
switch me.
I would want the Supergirl Lobo thing, that amount of
Mhm.
screen time. I want that much of Batman in my Clayface or whichever character he's going to use, so that I could say, fine, you advertise that Batman is in Clayface, but you never oversold me on his level of importance in this either. So I can't be mad when I pay $13 and I only see one scene of him.
Yeah, that's tricky though, because I think if you put him in a trailer or even a teaser, people are going to assume that he's in the movie. So if you don't plan on having him have an actual role in the movie and it's just like a glimpse of things to come, or to promote a coming Batman project, then you probably don't put it in the teasers.
So
Right? Because
can you say the
then you're
name
doing
Batman?
exactly what's that?
So can you say the name Batman? Is that okay if they say that in the trailer?
Oh yeah, no, they should be saying it all up through the movie. I'm saying if you're going to show big
Trailer.
cow or anything like that, don't. Oh, okay. Oh yeah, they can say it in the trailer. Yes, yes. I don't want them to show a figure though, unless he's actually in the film. Because then it
Yeah,
feels a little bit bait and switchy. It feels like you're trying to get me in there thinking this is that Batman's actually going to be in the film, and he's not.
yeah, that's
You're
a great medium to have the name said so that the viewers know that this is related to DC, and we can't say they promised us Batman.
like Spider-Man and Morbius. Like if you want to have a poster on the wall or somebody spray painted the graffiti of the bat on the alleyway or something like that, that's universe building. I'll always be down for that.
So the
I just
bat
don't want
signal in
them
the
to
sky.
promote it. Bat signal in the sky type of thing. Yeah, that's cool.
Clayface says, "Let's get out of here. He's coming."
I mean, they should though. Like if you're a villain in Gotham, you should fear the bat signal. Does that necessarily mean that they have to have a direct conflict in the movie? No. But they should kind of set the table for who the big boss of Gotham is, and that's Bats. That is the Bats.
I don't think that's good enough. Like, yeah. I mean, I've said it before. Yeah, he exists in this universe, of course. Like, I just like I don't know how many times, how much longer are we going to be like, okay, Batman's coming in a Clayface movie, or we'll see him eventually, or whatever. Like, man,
Too much
if you're
drip,
doing a
drip, drip.
Clayface
You
film,
out
go
there.
ahead and throw Batman in it. Yeah, I'm over that. Over it.
You know what I think messed him up is that, well, I mean, I've already mentioned it one time in this conversation, but he really should have canceled some of those holdover projects, man. I feel like he started his clock prematurely because the reality is he's released one movie that's solely his, that he got from conception all the way through release. And but here we are 4 years later, right? Like it is what it is. The audience feels the way that they feel because we've been here all this time. But the reality is he's only released one movie, and the second movie is coming out this year. So we kind of have to wait for him to get going a little bit. But the problem is that he started making all these damn announcements and defining phases and all this other stuff. And he kind of took ownership over the stuff that really shouldn't have went through. And you for damn sure shouldn't have told everybody not to care about it because it wasn't going to be canon when you got the job. Like you kind of tanked the projects before they were even there. You might as well have canceled them at that point. Once you announce to everyone that all of it is going away. I don't know. He's got to get on the. He'll get on the horse, but he better do it quickly because I don't think he has as much time to fail and readjust.
No.
Given that he fairly or unfairly, he's still synonymous with some of those old holdover failures. The Flash, Blue Beetle, Aquaman, Shazam 2. Like people don't disassociate that with James Gunn. They just don't. So, whether fair or unfair, he has to start churning out some wins pretty quickly to distance himself between that and the failures of the prior regime.
And it is unfair.
I mean, it could be that. I can say it's unfair, but it is what it is. And he could have done better to separate himself from it in the beginning.
Yeah. I mean, man, like I said, you're doing Jimmy Olsen with Gorilla Grodd and how Jimmy is, I don't know, doing hit pieces on villains.
Yeah, that shit really pisses me off. The Jimmy Olsen series really it irks me. Like, why are we wasting time, bro? Why are we wasting time?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to see Gorilla Grodd show up in I don't know, something else with where we're actually I don't know what we're gonna see him doing, but he's not gonna be fighting any heroes that we it's just irrelevant stuff, man. I get you're trying to build your world and all that kind of stuff, but maybe again start with the heavy hitters. It just we're so past an age of this is man. I don't know. Sorry, we're past that. If this was during the Infinity Saga, and I know this is not Marvel, but if this was during that time when people were keen on, the next whatever leads into the next whatever, and this, but I just don't feel like we're there. We're just not there.
I know where we are.
Well, where are we?
We're at the beginning of the DCU, and it's very possible David Zaslav is saying, I will not be giving you enough money to do the Wonder Man movie you want and the Brave and the Bold movie you want and all these other movies you want. You get one big budget movie a year, and then James is like, all right, fine. I can do TV shows. Boom. How about the Jimmy Olsen thing where I do some world building? He's, oh, yeah. How much is that going to cost? Only this much million. All right, boom. Yeah, put that on HBO Max. You can do your thing. And maybe he's being limited. Maybe he does have to prove himself to Zaslav or whoever becomes the owner of Warner Brothers. He's got to prove himself that, because they're eating the Kool-Aid, they're drinking the Kool-Aid that the superhero genre is a bust and people have fatigue, and they're going fine, one movie a year. And I understand the business decision. Maybe he's got to work within these budget restrictions, which means character restrictions too. Maybe I'm not saying that's what it is. And if that is what comes out,
that would read.
Yeah.
If they looked at Superman's box office and was like, all right, look, we need to prove that this entire thing is viable before we give you another whopper like we just gave you from Superman. Like, you have to prove us that this thing is going to last long term.
Especially when David Zaslav came in during a time where he already had like 5-6 superhero movies that were in the Black Adam. When David Zaslav was there, it was already produced. Shazam and Blue Beetle and all these things, and Batgirl, these were all produced, and he's like, all right, let's see how it goes. And they all didn't do what you wanted them to do. So he probably has this no, one superhero movie at a time. I don't ever want to be in the situation where a superhero movie is bad, and too bad I've already filmed 4 that are ready to be released.
It's a good way of looking at it. It's a good way. Then what is incumbent on him to do is to use these smaller characters to as connective tissue into your bigger pieces. So you've got the Green Lantern Corps being established here through Superman, and then this year you got Lanterns coming out. You've got Supergirl, obviously you've got Clark and Lois and Mr. Terrific, right? Like, you've got some pieces here. Use some of these little known characters to be the connective tissue in your universe. Like, Have Mr. Terrific pop up in a Booster Gold series. Have, obviously they've got the whole Green Lantern connection going on with Guy Gardner and John and Hal, but continue to use that. Right, same thing with Clayface. Like it more than Batman. Obviously, we all expect Batman to have some sort of presence in that show, but even beyond Batman, you need to start defining your own Gotham. Right? You need to start setting up with what your version of Gotham looks like. You need to establish a feel. There needs to be a tone towards your Gotham as well, because even if it's not going to be Matt Reeves's Gotham universe, it has to be it has to stand alone. Like Gotham is its own entity. It is a world within a world. You have to define it differently than the rest of the settings that you'll have. So it's important. It's weird that we're going to see it introduced for the first time through Clayface, but it's still important though. It's still important. So if we're not going to be focused on introducing this new character, a way of keeping us tagged into the universe or keep expanding upon those things is to introduce other things that are going to be important for your favorite characters. Wow. Yes, the Jimmy Olsen series is real, apparently.
Look, Wonder Man reviews are out on Twitter.
Uh-oh. First Wonder Man reviews.
Great black representation on screen. Lasting representation.
I don't think that's one of them. I have absolutely no faith in James Gunn. DC, this issue's dead since Superman was announced. Or since the ugly suit was introduced. Superman will see another day. It's the rest of the universe that I'm concerned about.
Wonder Man
They say about Wonder Woman. I think that he was rumored to have like a casting call for Wonder Woman, to which he denied, but that's probably means that it was actually happening. So I want to throw my hat in for Melissa Barrera.
It's just a long time away. So it's far off.
It is very far off. It is very far off because you got to think we'll have the Man of Tomorrow, which is 27. We'll have Brave and the Bold, which is 28. So the earliest this movie could come out is 29. And well, I mean, I guess they could double up on one of those years, but they would have to start production on it here pretty soon, like in the next year or so.
See, and I wasn't even talking about Batman. I was talking about the ensemble film, whichever he's doing, Justice Friends, Justice League.
Oh, we can't do an ensemble friend. We cannot do it. We can't do it. Our Batman movie isn't coming out until 2027.
That's what I'm saying.
We can't do an ensemble movie.
So I'm saying it's a long way away for you to still not have mentioned anything about any of them. It's a long way away. I mean, the last time he said anything about the Flash, he said that was 3 to 4 years out.
Oh, you said it wasn't Wonder Woman, was Lady Maximo. A 90% on Rotten Tomatoes. Cool.
Oh, you're really reading that?
Yeah, that's what he said.
What did Peacemaker get on Rotten Tomatoes?
I don't know. I don't respect Rotten Tomatoes. I don't give a shit. So Twitter is buzzing about Wonder Man. They're saying it's good.
Twitter's been buzzing a lot about recast T'Challa. If I could just change the topic to that.
Sure.
I feel like there's a renaissance in this bullshit and the Shuri bullshit. And I'd like to tell everyone who's listening with ears, stop focusing on Shuri. The T'Child is the threat. That is the long-term replacement for why T'Challa will not be on screen, not Shuri. Thank you.
I concur. Yeah, there's no reason to fight about Shuri. We all love Shuri. It's Toussaint is the one that we need, excised.
Toussaint and aging that kid and saying, "Here I am, I'm T'Challa now," and then they go with Nakia's son in the next decade plus. That is the biggest problem. That would mean that the great black superhero who's been around for 60 years will not be getting furthered. Instead, screen time will go to a character who won't exist after a reboot. It'll be a dead end. It'll be a waste of resources. You heard me say it before. Need to say it again. Stop getting egged on to talk about Shuri so that they can surmise that this is just an anti-women's movement. Stop doing it. I love Shuri. Shuri's a great character. It's that the child I'm worried about. I'm worried about Toussaint. When they talk about Shuri, you stop talking. You say Shuri's great, but Toussaint is not a replacement that I will adequately respect. I will not change the way I think of T'Challa. T'Challa is T'Challa. T'Challa is not Toussaint. Simple. Chill just showed us what
your headmaster principal voice.
Of course. Class dismissed. Go on
Said
Twitter.
you're in an undisclosed location.
Tweet the hashtag. Yeah, I'm undisclosed. Tweet the hashtag. Do you guys want to do a recast day or a trending day when the anniversary comic book comes out sometime February? I don't know when. Is that a plan? Would you like to do that then?
Let's do it.
Okay. I'll do videos and stuff about it. Oh, send videos. Hey. DM me on Instagram because you can't on Twitter. And then just send me a little 15-second video of you. I don't care if you got your comic books. I don't care if you got figures. I don't care if you just got snow on the background. And just say, Toussaint is not T'Challa, or give a little bit. And then we'll do one of those cut up edits where we get all the people who say, you got to recast, Find me, Showmonger on Instagram with 3 R's.
We will surely do that, sir. But first, we have a super.
Count it, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it. Can't take it when you die, but you can't live without it.
Arthur, appreciate the $2, man. You guys see Andrew Tate playing that Yay song. Yeah, he got himself banned from something.
Arthur is an Israeli. Look at this guy. Yeah, we know. Kanye. We know Arthur.
We appreciate the $2, bro. It's all good.
Thank you, Arthur. You are appreciated, and every viewer who comes in here, no matter how disagreeable or no matter how I perceive your comments to be stemmed from, thank you for coming.
Speaking of Mossad, did you hear about influencer out of Atlanta, Desi Banks, apparently buying IDF or placing IDF recruitment ads, not IDF, Mossad recruitment ads with his LLC?
And much like LeBron James and his Martin Luther King shoes, I await Desi Banks' response, and then I'll have a full opinion on it as soon as a little bit of time passes. So let's just see what he says.
Yeah, we'll wait. And apparently Max Blumenthal's been waiting since September, so I think we'll be waiting for a while. But yeah, that's all I got to talk about, man. That's pretty much it. Invincible, He-Man, Maul, great day for trailers. Some Brave and the Bold news. Yeah. We did the thing, gentlemen. When next time you guys gonna be seeing?
You want to stream tomorrow? No, I can't do it. I actually can't do it tomorrow. Sorry, bro. I can't do the afternoon. We can do it in the morning. Pause.
Can I hit it in the morning? Can I hit it in the morning?
It very much depends. There's like I said, the South, we are all about to get hit with a major ice storm, and they're predicting.
Right.
I'm hoping I'm not without power, but.
I noticed today you had a little bit of a lag today. Actually, as I spoke, I kind of interrupted while you were not done talking because of the lag. I thought you were done. But yeah, there's been a little lag today. I think that may be weather related.
We're going to get hit with it as well. Some winds, some snow. So it's going to feel like -10 tomorrow. So, woo! Go cold.
Yeah, they've got 3 to 4 inches of ice. They're talking about. I mean the grocery stores were stupid. So, and I didn't get to go
down
today,
there,
not to the
down
grocery
past the
store.
Mason Dixon, y'all act crazy when y'all get a little cold weather. Y'all get an inch of snow and the whole city shut down. So I can only imagine what it's gonna be like for y'all.
Yeah, they act like
He said Norman
crazy.
doesn't have the infrastructure because Norman is the backwoods.
I ain't call y'all the backwoods.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's they always act like that every single time. So who knows? Don't know what the weather's gonna be like tomorrow. Gearing for the worst.
I got minus 17 Celsius, but I do not know what that converts over to. It's probably just as bad though.
Yeah, I'm probably around saying. Stay warm, man. Bundle up. Get all your groceries in the house as soon as you can. Batten down the hatches. Stay put until it passes over. Best advice I can give.
And stop tweeting about Shuri.
Yeah, don't tweet about Shuri. Don't tweet about Shuri. Leave Shuri alone. Leave Shuri alone.
You're right.
All right, y'all. It's been real. We out of this thing. You can catch me live on Sunday with Josh at 4:30 doing dubs and L's, back of the bus type of things. I'm sure you'll see these gentlemen sometime later this week or this weekend. Popping back
And
in.
send me your videos, please. I'll be on Instagram and Twitter. Shout out to you.
Cue to Josh.
Well, you're the one in
Hey,
control.
I've been watching y'all every single time on Thursday and Friday because I swear to God, y'all switch up every now and then. But rock out. I'm fucking with it. I'm out.
I love you guys.
Thank you,
I'm
Josh.
out.
Appreciate it.
Later, Josh.